The clip starts chaotic. Cameras flashing. Voices shouting. Selena's name being called from every direction. Everyone wants her attention. Everyone wants a moment. Now cut to a completely different energy. A quiet podcast room. No flashing lights. No red carpet. Just Benny Blanco leaning forward in his chair, choosing his words carefully. And what he says next is the moment fans weren't ready for. Because while Justin Bieber stayed silent for years, and Selena Gomez kept her composure in public, Benny didn't dodge the question. He leaned in. And he admitted something that rewrites the entire timeline. He says he had reservations about Justin. Not hate. Not jealousy. Protection. And in the final minute of this video, there's one detail Benny lets slip that completely changes how people are reading Selena's past and her future. Stay with me. The moment happens during a podcast appearance that, on the surface, feels casual. Jokes. Makeup talk. Food debates. Comfortable energy. But buried inside all that laughter is a question the host knows will land. Were you ever worried about Justin Bieber's intentions with Selena Gomez? There's a pause. Not a long one, but long enough. Not a long one, but long enough. And that's the first thing fans noticed. This is where the incident really begins. Benny doesn't deflect. He doesn't soften it. He doesn't pretend he didn't want to get involved. Instead, he says something very specific. I've seen it all up close. Not headlines. Not clips. Up close. He talks about seeing Selena during her lowest moments. Moments the public never saw. Moments that didn't make it into documentaries or Instagram captions. And then he admits he had reservations about Justin from the start. Not because Justin was evil. Not because he didn't care. But because fame complicates love. And when you truly care about someone, you watch patterns, not promises. Here's the first opinion trigger. Do you think Benny was being protective? Or quietly warning people without saying Justin's name too loudly? Because that line alone sent fans spiraling. Now the conversation shifts. And this is where the body language starts telling a completely different story than the words. Watch Benny's posture when he talks about Selena. He leans forward. His shoulders soften. His voice slows down. That's not PR. That's familiarity. Then compare it to how he speaks about Justin. He stays neutral. Careful. Measured. That contrast matters. Pattern interrupt. Switch from podcast footage to still images of Selena and Justin during peak public moments. Award shows. Red carpets. Smiling photos. Now pause on those images. Because Benny reveals something fans missed at the time. He says there were moments where Selena's happiness seemed to hinge on a single text. Moments where one public argument made her second-guess herself. And then he drops the line that made fans rewind. There were times I saw her light dim. That's not gossip. That's observation. Second opinion trigger. Was that emotional intensity passion? Or was it emotional instability dressed up as romance? This is where the fan investigation begins. People started revisiting old interviews, old paparazzi footage, old body language clips. Pattern interrupt. Switch to paparazzi footage of Selena walking ahead while Justin lags behind. Then the opposite. Then moments where she looks composed while he looks distant. Fans noticed something else. Whenever Selena spoke about growth, healing, or boundaries, Justin stayed vague. And when Benny talks about Selena now, he uses words like stronger, grounded, at peace. That's not accidental language. Now let's talk about the elephant everyone keeps ignoring. Benny isn't just Selena's friend. He's her creative partner. They write together. They record together. They sit in silence together. And if you listen closely, he hints that their upcoming music is going to be their most honest yet. That's not just about love songs. That's about processing history. Fans started asking, is this album closure? Or is it a response? Because Selena has never directly addressed Justin in recent years. But she's spoken a lot about choosing herself. And now Benny confirms something important. He says he believes Justin cared for Selena, but maybe not in the healthiest way. That line split the internet. Some fans say it's the most mature take anyone's ever had. Others say it's a polite way of saying the relationship wasn't safe emotionally. Which side are you on? Because here's where the future impact becomes impossible to ignore. Benny says he's at peace with how everything turned out. That Selena found her own voice, her own happiness. And then he says something subtle, almost throwaway. He says sometimes the best thing you can do is let someone learn, heal, and grow on their own terms. That's not about Justin. That's about Selena. Now think about where she is now. Award wins. Creative control. A relationship built quietly, not loudly. Compare that to where she was then. Switch to red carpet footage of Selena at recent events. Notice the posture, the eye contact, the lack of tension. This isn't the same person Benny was protecting years ago. And here's the final piece of evidence I promised. Benny confirms that the upcoming music they're working on together is rooted in truth. Not image. Not fantasy. Truth. Which means the next Selena era may not explain the past, but it will finally put it in context. And that's why this interview matters. Because it's not about dragging Justin. It's not about rewriting history. It's about understanding why Selena looks lighter now. Why the chaos stopped. Why the silence feels intentional. So the real question isn't whether Benny trusted Justin back then. It's whether Selena finally trusted herself enough to walk away. And if you want to go even deeper into how Selena's recent award wins, body language, and creative choices connect to this moment, there's another Celeb Juices video breaking down her Golden Globes night frame by frame. Because this story doesn't end here. It's just entering its most honest chapter yet.